Hey girlfriends, my name's Annalise Harris. I'm the founder of Curls on the Block. I created Curls on the Block as a way to connect beauty and STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Because at the end of the day, what do girls 6 through 16 care about? Their appearance in the world. And if we have any chance of addressing the major gaps of interest in STEAM fields, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, we really have to meet the curly girls where they're at. So, in an effort to give an example of how exactly beauty and STEAM are connected, we can start at the roots. So, today is an opportunity for you to learn your hair porosity. Hair porosity is how well your hair is able to absorb and hold moisture. So, for curly girls such as myself, whether or not my hair can absorb water is indicative of how hair products might work and impact the outcome of my curly do. So, for example, to determine your hair porosity, you can do one of two methods. The most popular way, which is a very hands-on way, is the float test. The float test requires you pulling out one piece of hair, a strand is fine. You don't need a big clump because we all know we want to keep our hair looking good and we don't want any bald spots. So our head sheds anyway, our hair sheds, so it's absolutely okay to pull out a strand and work with that. Once you have your strand, literally got mine just now, you can take that strand and put it in a bowl of water. It's helpful if you have water that has been distilled so it doesn't have any extra minerals or things. Once you pour the water, some water into a cup or bowl, put your strand in the water. You'll let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute because by then you'll be able to see whether or not your hair sits at the top, floats around the middle, or is it sinking to the bottom? It's floating. You will be able to determine what level porosity you have between low, medium, and high. So low porosity has a tightly bound cuticle layer with overlapping scales which lay flat. And you want to think of like a house with shingles. That's the best example you can think of for determining your hair porosity. So the shingles in low porosity are all slick and smooth, okay? And so that means nothing's really getting into your hair. So you could imagine and predict, using some scientific work here and wording, you can predict that if there's nothing coming inside the cuticle, your hair for low porosity is actually going to be floating, okay? So you're going to see that hair strand float. Okay, that means you have low porosity. What that means for you later, we'll get into in some more detail about the hair care products and some maintenance, okay? If your hair is in the middle of the water, then you're probably having an experience with hair that is at medium porosity. So it lets stuff in, but it's not blocking it completely out, and it is not completely absorbed by the product or water in this case. And last but not least, high porosity. High porosity would mean your hair is at the bottom. That little strand has made its way to the bottom of your cup or bowl full of water, okay? And with high porosity, it can be a result of damage from chemical processing or things that are out in nature, such as smog and other pollutants. Okay. High porosity has hair gaps and holes in the cuticle, so you're wide open. That shingle is letting the rain in, and your hair is drowning. And that's not really good for the whole house overall, right? And I want to stray away from us thinking that there's a good, better, best version of hair in considering porosity. You want to consider it through the lens of educating yourself on how to maintain healthy hair. If you have high porosity, it's good to know that it could have too much moisture in your hair can cause the frizz and tangles that, maybe we don't want to deal with on the regular. I myself don't mind a little frizz. However, I've grown accustomed to my look being that. So you want to consider what looks you're going for and adjust according to that. So even swimming and shampooing can create more damage and breakage for high porosity, okay? What you want to use with high porosity, as we go into the next step of this, understanding your porosity is so important. You want to be able to use a product that has anti-humectants in climates with high heat and humidity. I actually don't mind humidity. It makes my curls flourish. However, with highly porous hair, you can lose a lot of moisture easily. So it's important to make sure that you're adding some leave-in conditioners and moisturizers while also sealing, okay? So that would be a product that closes the cuticle, because you want stuff to get in, right? But you don't want it to just absorb your hair completely and it doesn't bounce back, okay? For those with medium porosity, an occasional deep treatment conditioner with protein conditioners are pretty decent to maintain that healthy cuticle and have healthy hair. Proteins, however, should not be over introduced into your hair routine, because your hair is already producing enough to maintain the not sleek, not open, but a reasonable shingle, right? We want the shingles that let it out. Well, for a house, you don't want that, but considering it in our hair, you want hair that allows product in and also out as well, not completely absorbed. Now, for the low porosity folks, your hair is prone to build up from protein-rich deep conditioning products, which can leave it feeling straw-like or stiff. You want protein-free daily conditioners and humectants that have glycerin or honey for those natural hair product users. Everybody wants to use moderate heat, if any. So when you're using heat, what it helps to do is to open up your tightly bound cuticle. So steam treatments and deep conditioning with the heat on. All of these are important for maintaining healthy hair, and I'm very glad I could share with you. Let me know what your hair porosity is, and follow Curls on the Block at curlsontheblock.com and all social media. See you later, and stay curly.